Hello, I'm Tomas Stanton with the Mesa Arts Center and Project Lit, and we are back with another writing prompt. This week's writing prompt is focused in on the Black Arts Movement. The Black Arts Movement was the name given to a group of politically motivated Black poets, artists, dramatists, musicians, and writers who emerged in the wake of the Black Power movement. The Black Arts Movement began in 1965 and ended in 1975. After Malcolm X was assassinated on February 21, 1965, those who embraced the Black Power movement often fell into one of two camps: the revolutionary nationalist, who were best represented by the Black Panther Party, and the cultural nationalist. The latter group called for the creation of poetry, novels, visual arts, and theater to reflect pride in Black history and culture. This new emphasis was an affirmation of the autonomy of Black artists to create Black art for Black people as a means to awaken Black consciousness and achieve liberation. Ironically, despite the male-dominated nature of the movement, several Black female writers rose to lasting fame, including Nikki Giovanni, Sonia Sanchez, Audre Lorde, June Jordan, among others. Additionally, the Black Arts Movement helped lay the foundation for modern-day spoken word and hip-hop. All right, for this writing prompt, we're going to take a look at two pieces of literature. One is going to be a warm-up where we examine a quote by Malcolm X, and the other is going to be a poem by Nikki Giovanni titled Black History Month. Now remember, with these writing prompts, the goal is to have fun, to make a mess, to think critically about the content that we're examining, and all you will need is a piece of paper and something to write with. All right, for our warm-up, we're going to examine a quote by Malcolm X. I'm going to read this quote, and then when I'm done, I want you to turn this video off for 2 to 3 minutes, and I want you to just free write all the thoughts and ideas that were generated from hearing this quote. Malcolm X said, "I am for truth no matter who tells it. I am for justice no matter who is for or against it. I am a human being first and foremost, and as such, I am for whoever and whatever benefits humanity as a whole." So now that you've done the warm-up, you've generated some ideas, some content, some inspiration, we're going to jump into the poem by Nikki Giovanni titled Black History Month. If Black History Month is not viable, then wind does not carry the seeds and drop them on fertile ground. Rain does not dampen the land and encourage the seeds to root. Sun does not warm the earth and kiss the seedlings and tell them plain, "You are as good as anybody else. You've got a place here, too." So now that we've heard the poem, we are going to reflect on that poem. I'm going to ask a few questions. When I ask these questions, feel free to turn the video off and reflect on them. Write your answers down. Allow your mind and heart to go wherever it needs to go. Remember, these poems are deep and they speak to a movement and a time that was critical in the history of our lives, specifically telling the stories of African American voices. So think about it. And again, let your heart and mind wander wherever it needs to go. Reflect on the first line of the poem. If Black History Month is not viable, what does it mean to not be viable? And how does this set the stage for the importance of the poem? Have you ever felt like you weren't valued as a human being? How did that make you feel? How does the author make such a powerful statement in such a short poem? Think about the economy of language and the power of being concise. All right, now that we've reflected on the poem, I want you to take your thoughts, your energy, your inspiration, and I want you to write your own version of this poem, or just a poem in general. Talk about the importance of Black history. Talk about the importance of your history. Merge the two. Find yourself in the language. And remember, have fun, be brave, and tell your story. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.